Hey, this is Steven from LegitPC, and this is a video of multiplayer. So, Cine Interactive was able to fix it after 3 days, and not all of the servers work, but I got into 2 servers in a row, and this particular one is a second server. It had like 11 players in it, and it was a pretty big match, so I was pretty excited, and I jumped in, and it was exactly how I predicted it. It's pretty fun. There's ways for enemies to come onto your side, and there's ways for you to come onto their side, so you have to be dug in as well as be able to watch your side and make sure that they can't sneak on your side, because I have some parts in here where they get onto our side and they start using their pistol on some of our teammates that are watching from afar. And there's a lot of points that you could get dug in this map, and that's what you'll see in some of these, like C's hiding in the tunnel and stuff like that. And there's plenty of rifles to pick from. All are different weights, so you have different speeds of running at. And one of the biggest things that is pretty different from a lot of games is that in order to get a good shot, you have to be kind of slowed down to where you have a heart rate at about 65, as you'll see on the bottom right. You'll want to, stop. If you're running for a really long time, your heartbeat will go up to like 108, and then you can't hold steady, so you're moving all over the place. Now, so what you would do is you would come up to the place that you want to set up shop for maybe 1 or 2 shots, and you'll lie down and you'll drop your heart rate down to 65, and then once you get back up, then you could get up and look around and then get ready to hold shift to hold your breath. Now you could also speed up the heart rate slow down by zooming in and then holding your breath. That will also slow down your heart rate, and that's something, if you know where the enemy's at and you want to get them before anybody else does, then you could go to your spot, get down, right click, hold shift to breathe, and then pop back up. So according to this one, I haven't found anybody yet, and it's like a lot of times in this multiplayer you're feeling like, where's everybody at? I can't find anybody. How is everybody getting like 3 kills in a row and I can't even find one person, right? And you kind of just gotta zoom out and look for anybody moving, but chances are they're not moving. So you have to just kind of look where they're either firing from, which you see on the radar, they show up as a little red dot, or you have to be just looking in some of the shadows and some of the bushes where they could be hiding at. And I do get quite a bit of kills in this particular match, and it also said that I was a little laggy because I believe this was a German server, and that distance is pretty far from my ping. You see, I find one guy right here, and I get him. He's hiding up in the rocks, and you saw that he fired a couple shots, and then I see this guy, and I miss him, and he ducks back in behind the bushes, and then I see that bush move. Do you guys see that bush move? That's physics right there, and I know he's crawling somewhere, so there he is. As you can see, I'm lagging a little bit. Here's what it is. And also in as you can notice, there is that red dot, that red drop site, where you can predict where the bullet's gonna land, which for me, I'm playing hard in campaign, and that's not there for me in hard. So it's something a little different to use in multiplayer, so you don't have to do all the calculations and approximations yourself with the wind as well as the distance. Overall, a great experience, and really worth the wait of 3 days to get to play some of the multiplayer, especially with one of these bigger matches of about 12 players. And as you can see, the match itself is pretty long. It's almost like a 20-minute match, and I got in about 3 minutes or 4 minutes in, and chances are you will not hit the score limit on either teams. So it's mainly just a 20-minute sniper battle. And as you'll see on some of these, I'll get some kills. And also you'll see some other problems that come up in other first-person shooter games, like there's a team killer, Not necessarily a team killer on my team, but he shoots people, and then he shoots your teammate, and then he runs away. And it's kind of annoying, you know, you're trying to snipe people, and it takes a long time to slow your heart rate back down and get a good shot off, especially when he's giving off your position by shooting you in the back with a pistol or a sniper or whatever. And here I see another guy in the bushes, and that particular gun was the Barrett 50 cal, which in this game calls XM500. I mean, there's pretty much a sniper rifle for everybody in this game. You could pick. Each one has its different characteristics. It won't really tell you in the actual beginning. You just have to experience each rifle and figure out which one is which. As you can see, this guy is shooting me now. That's the team killer. So I just run away, and then he follows me. He tries to shoot at me again. It's just, you know, some of the things that come from past FPS games is kind of annoying. But, okay, so some of the tips I could give so far from playing is that it's a good idea to go into the shadows, because it's kind of hard to see somebody in the shadows. So find a place that's in some bushes and in a shadow, and when you are moving, make sure that you do not move into some sort of shrubbery, especially if it's pretty tall, like you saw I got that guy, because I saw him move the shrub when he was crawling around. So it was pretty easy to know where he was, even if he's crawling. And as you can see, he's got a pretty good sniper position right there, in between a pillar and some sandbags, all the way across the map, pretty high up, and a pretty good position down onto our particular spawn site. So I'll let you guys watch some more, and I'll come back. As you can see, it's really an art to keep your cursor in smooth, right, and not bouncing all over the place to try to get a good shot off. Especially if they're shooting at you already and you're trying to move around. It's pretty hard to get one right where you want it, especially over something like that. As you see, I miss a nice 2-for-1 shot right there, where two of them were lining up, and the guy in the back bunker got me, and then someone gets him here pretty shortly. But it was pretty close for a 2-for-1 right there. For second game I played, and it would have been a 2-for-1. That would have been pretty good. And I think this is the part where I find somebody off to the left. As you can see, it's pretty hard to hunt somebody down, you know, if they're hiding and especially staying there and shooting. The red dots kind of help, and they kind of don't, because even if they're like behind concrete and you can't even get a shot from where you are, it'll still show the dot. So you could be looking over there and trying to find them, telling yourself, see, here's one guy who sneaked onto our base. Start shooting through the window and stuff. But there you go. There's definitely some flanking going on in this game. Even if they're snipers, there's still some flanking moving into our base and whatnot. And there goes the team killer again, shooting at me. And you can see, obviously, he gets definitely outsmarted pretty quick. And he thinks I'm underneath or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, he was up on the sandbags. Couldn't see him. Some of these guys are pretty hard to see, and I don't know if it's kind of like that glitch that you get in Call of Duty where your gun kind of pops through an obstacle, and that's the way you could get a shot off, or if they're actually pretty visible. There you can kind of see that my connection isn't the best. I got one bar, and then someone says that it was from Germany or something in one of the chats, and it sounds about right for that kind of connection for me. You can see I don't think there's really any climbing animation or any climbing capability to climb up ledges or whatnot. It's really just a looking for targets game, right? You have to be good at memorizing the map, memorizing where people like to sit, where good places are to get a good sniper position at. And as you can see on this video a lot, I'm kind of going with the idea that they like to go into bunker windows, which of course is not the case as far as this. They're never really in the bunker window. And I think this next part, there's another guy that's over there by the rock, and I actually see one of the CryEngine 3 engine add-ins, which was the scope flash. So I wasn't looking exactly at him, but he was down towards the bottom corner of my scope, and I saw a flash, right? And I didn't even really see him until his scope flashed, and then I was able to locate where the flash was coming from and aim in and get a good shot off. Now that part should be coming up, unless it's already passed, which I don't think it has passed yet. See, I keep looking in the bunker window. No one's ever in there. See? You see the flash? Yeah. See, he flashed. He wasn't even in the scope, and he flashed. Pretty cool, you know. I think there was some of that in Battlefield 3, in the Frostbite 2 engine, but it's pretty cool to see that in the CryEngine 3 engine, as well as in this game that is so sniper orientated. That, you know, that's a kind of a cool aspects to see. And I thought that it was pretty cool just seeing that, even though, you know, it's a pretty small part of the game. It's just kind of like, okay, you know, that came to the developer's mind, that came to City Interactive's mind when they were thinking about, you know, the sniper experience and what could happen in a sniper battle in war, and how can we emulate that in a game. And this is when I think they're hiding in the tunnel, and I never look at the tunnel. I didn't think you could actually go in there. So like I said, it just comes from playtime and experience, you know, of you playing on both sides of the map and knowing where you could go and where you can't. Looking to see where your teammates are and where they've gone, and where some of the enemies sit, and remember those places. And kind of remember the scheme that they use for picking good hiding spots. You're gonna get hit in the side from a guy over there back in the bushes in a pretty good hiding spot, I think. So we just got a little bit of time left on the video, and unfortunately at the end of this video I get disconnected from the game. But you know, there was like 30 seconds left, and there was a guy that came in with a silenced pistol, and he was trying to go through our base, and I had him in my sights, and it disconnected me right before I killed him. He comes up here, you hear him right there, and then I come up and try to shoot him. So this has been Steven from TheLegitPC, and this is Sniper 2 multiplayer. They fixed it after 3 days, and overall I think great experience. So thanks for watching, and subscribe.